Today we are going through our chakra sound series, and we're now onto the episode of the third eye. And it's often about awakening, intuition, insight, and inner truth. Now, the third eye is also known as the Ajna, and it's sort of located somewhat in the center of the head, or the forehead, between the brows. And this chakra often governs things like intuition, inner wisdom, perception beyond logic, and imagination and insight as well. So when it's balanced, we trust ourselves, and when it's blocked, we can feel confused, disconnected, or stuck and overthinking. Now, sound can often bypass the rational mind, and can speak directly to the nervous system and subtle body. And for the third eye, sound helps us shift out of beta thinking and more into alpha and theta brainwave kind of states of being, where intuition usually lives. Now, moving on to some of the frequencies and instruments that can be associated with this center of the body. The first one we're going to talk about is the solfeggio tuning of 852 hertz. That one is often associated with the third eye. You can often get that in a tuning fork, where you may be able to find some sounds online that are tuned to that frequency. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the brain waves, and there's particular hertz that can be associated with particular brain wave states. So when we're looking at the alpha waves, that is usually the 8 to 12 hertz range, which can be great for relaxing, like relaxed awareness and receiving clarity. And then the theta waves, which are more between the 4 to 8 hertz, is more associated with like intuition, vision, and also deep meditation. Now, these are often used in binaural beats, and you could also find them over layered soundscapes. You might be able to find some of these sorts of things online. Now, if you don't know what a hertz is, it's a measurement of how fast something is vibrating. So if we were to put it into the context of a guitar, when you pluck a string and then you see how fast that string moves, if it's 4 times per second, then it's 4 hertz, just to give you a simple example. Now, with the musical keys and tones, the key known as A is often associated with the third eye, and you'll often be able to find crystal bowls tuned to A as well, which you may be able to use in regards to your third eye practices, as well as also the Tibetan singing bowls and bells. Flutes tuned to particular frequencies of A, such as like particular native flutes and bamboo flutes. You can probably find them around. And also the Shruti box is often associated with the third eye. It's kind of like a sustained drone instrument. It's often used in meditation, and it's really great for holding a stable energetic field, especially in this space here. Now, the last instrument I'd like to mention is the one that we're all born with, and that is the throat. And you can do all kinds of vocal toning to activate particular areas of your body. And of course, there's always going to be one for the third eye. And one of them is probably the sound known as Om or Am. So Om is more of an OM and Am is more of an AUM. You could continually chant these sounds and letting the vibration kind of rise into the forehead, and I guess that kind of skull area as well. So the third eye work should always feel grounded, and if you're getting the feeling of overwhelm, then you may need to look at some other aspects to support your third eye practice. And if you're getting a bit spacey or you're feeling a bit disconnected, then maybe pair these kind of sounds that we've talked about with grounding practices like deep breathing, or maybe some kind of lower frequency music, music that's not tuned. So sometimes 852 could be too fast of a hertz for you to listen to. So you might be more grounded in listening to the theta or alpha hertz kind of music. So have a little play around, see what works for you, and just make sure you're keeping yourself grounded, because once we start getting into these kind of higher chakras or centers of the body, we can sometimes, if we're not engaging with the lower chakras properly, we can start to sort of disassociate and then become a bit discombobulated and a bit fractured, and that's not good for anyone's energy field, and nor is it good for anyone else around you and that you are connecting with as well, if it's for the highest good, of course. So stay tuned for another one of our chakra and sound series episodes. We're probably only going to one more to go, and that will be the crown. And we'll see you again soon.